So when you are running the payroll process, so you have
Mm,
sequence that you should start from payroll run and prepayment and costing other things. So
mm,
now if you mix up with the one period with the other period, let's say I ran a payroll run for the period January, and now
mm,
I'm trying to run it for March. So in
mm,
between, I have this February period which has to be run. So now,
mm.
if the sequence is missing, system will not understand that this record is missing. Instead, it will give one or the other issue. So that's why we have to either roll back or create a new employee to check those details.
Then means tomorrow I will create a new employee, sir, and attach to boss.
Yeah, yeah. You can use inside the Bosch itself. So
Okay.
you can
Sir,
save
job
that
and
one.
position, what I can give, sir.
Job and position, if you want to add new values, probably you can add new values.
Mm,
So if you are adding new values in the KFF, key flex field, so what you
mm.
have to do is that you'll have to probably create another job where we have this option, right, to create a job, and then we have the position or the position hierarchy. So we can define it and we can use that.
Sir, how to add new job to KFF, sir?
So we will query this
Right.
flex field. So we will basically navigate to general ledger, and
Mm.
after navigating to general ledger, we will have to query for our. Okay, I'll show probably here. I will show it in the screen. Okay. So the process is this. So first step is that to create values in our KFF. So the navigation is that we will switch to GL responsibility. So under that I have this option called financials. So under this I have flex field and key values.
Sir, for flexibility,
Sorry, your voice is breaking, Madhav. Can you repeat once?
sir, for flex field, we can also use system administrator, no
Yeah, yes,
responsibility.
yes, yes, yes. This is an shared setup where you
Mm.
can see at both the places. So wherever you want, you can take it. The reason
Okay, sir.
why I'm showing it from here is that most of the cases you will not have access for system administrator, because those
Okay,
are
sir.
restrictive access wherein only a few people who maintains the user and the roles and the other login. So only they
Mm.
will have access to the system administrator. So other will
Okay, sir.
have only the responsibility. So probably most of the cases what you will do is that either you will get this attached to HRMS, or you will refer this one finance module GL. Okay. But only the navigation is different, but others are same. So similar thing we will select here as well. Okay, so these are the job code that we have. So basically, our structure contains two segments. So one is that job code, and the other one is job name. Okay. So firstly, what I'll do, what I'll do is that I will create a job code probably. Okay. So now I will mention this as HR executive. Okay. So this is done. So I'll save this record, and I will click down arrow, which is going to take me to the next segment. Okay. So I'll say again the HR executive. Okay. So now we have added for our job. So now next thing what I'll do is that I'll also add for the position. So same navigation. Okay. So I'm just giving a code here, that is a position code, and I'll also add for the. Okay, so we are done with creating job and position values. So now what I will do is that I'll navigate and switch the responsibility. So that is okay. I think I logged in different responsibility. So I'll pick Bosch HRMS.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, while defining flex field,
Huh.
sir, on the day I defined a new flex field, sir, for
Okay.
my business group.
Okay.
But for that, what I did is initially I provided the value set initially itself.
Okay.
But while another thing I noticed is while defining the flex field also you can define value sets. No,
Yeah. Both the places we can define.
so that means we can do define value sets by two ways. Initially also we can do while also defining flex field also we can do it.
Yes. Yes. We can do that.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So we
Okay, sir.
have
I will
added.
create new employee and attach it to this.
Okay.
I will try it tomorrow, sir. I will try it tomorrow with this job and position and
Okay.
run the payroll for it, sir.
Okay. Fine. So this is a straightforward case. So nothing.
Okay.
So now we have seen the navigation, how to add
Hmm.
the job. So you will
Okay.
just supply the job and position here. So only
Hmm.
thing in position, what you should make sure is that you should give the HR organization. So when you are creating the position, so
Hmm.
two things. So one is that date tracker, you should enable it because
Hmm.
that will check those details of it.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
organization should be always HR. If you give business R, so we have clash there because the
Okay.
earlier one which we created is using the HRR. So that's one.
Okay.
So that's the thing. So that's the only thing. So other things are that you will just supply the
Boss
details of
HR organization, sir.
yeah, Bosch
Okay.
HRR.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so others are just you will supply the information. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I thought of starting today early, but then it got delayed. So what we will do is that we will see small concepts today,
Okay, sir.
and probably tomorrow we will have the other things because we don't have much participants today. So
Okay,
I'll
sir.
pick only the smaller topics.
Okay, sir. So for fast formula, we can
Hmm.
when we can start fast formula, sir.
First formula, that's what I wanted to take that document and show you that one.
Hmm.
Uh, so the thing is that fast formula it involves a few technical details also. So firstly,
Yes.
you need to understand that what is wear condition and when do we use it and what do we mean by defining this values and all those things. So that's why I'm thinking to pick a document which I had earlier, but I missed somewhere. So probably I'll see for tomorrow. If I'm
Hmm.
not getting that, probably I'll show it in the application itself.
Sir, if
Okay.
you find the document, can you send it in WhatsApp group, sir?
Yeah, yes, yes, I will share that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so that will help. So the purpose of that is that we will we will try to create one fast formula, and
Mm.
we will attach to an element, and we will see how that is working. So that's the idea. So yeah, let's complete this part, and probably we'll start with the fast formula.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So there are a few small topics that we have. So starting from DFF. Okay. So we have DFF, we have lookups and the other small things that we wanted to capture. So now to start with lookups. So what exactly is lookup is that lookup is nothing but it is an utility given by Oracle where we can utilize this to capture the information wherever we don't have values or we don't have option to create it in the backend. Okay. So for example, let's say I want to capture the person type or the additional input that I want to capture. So how do I capture those information? Okay. So firstly, let me take the lookup and I'll show you there. So how we will add the values, and then what I will do is that I will uh, I will show in the HRMS application. So where we are using exactly. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, we have, if you see, we have for each one of the component, we have different lookups that we can use. So each depends on module basically. The GL is understandable, and apart from that, service lookups are used for the purpose of integration and the other things. Okay. So what I will do is that I'll pick the common lookups that we have. Okay. Yeah. So let me pick one common lookup here. Okay, I think it is person. Okay. So now if you see here, so when we are creating an employee, so we had three options. That is either I can create this particular employee as an, I mean, this particular record as an employee, or I can create this particular person as an contingent worker, or this person can be an applicant also. So now let's say I have a requirement wherein I want to capture the additional information. So what is this additional information that I want to capture is that contractor. So even though the contingent worker and the contractor meaning is same, but business don't want to use this particular option. So instead the term that they use is that contractor. So whenever they want to release the payment or whenever they want to run the wages and these things for this particular contractor, so they want to see this term called contractor. So now what I will do is that I will do two things. So one is that I will disable this option called contingent worker, and I will add a new value. So since we know that disabling will remove this, so that is straightforward case. So what I will do is that I will probably try to create a new record. I think they have restricted. Okay. Okay, there are a few things that are restricted. Okay, let me take the other cases. Okay, yeah, this is only extensible, so I can use it. Okay. So this we will see it as a part of absence, but since I'm covering this small thing, so I'm just saying it. So I'll repeat it once again when we are seeing the absence and the other process flow. Okay, so we will see the workflow how it will happen for absence and the other things separately. So for now, what I'm doing is that I'm adding a category called casually. So basically, how system will validate whether this is an unique record is that using the combination of code and meaning. So if at all this code has been used already, so system is not going to allow me to use it because casual leave has been registered already. So that's the understanding. So now that we don't have the casual leaves, so we have created it manually, and probably the date we can have it here. Okay. So now what I will do is that I will navigate back to the HRMS application. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me see if I have employee self-service. I don't think I have created one. So let me check that. If not, we will create one element and we will try to do this one addition. Okay. So this we created only for vacation and these rules. So
Sir,
what we will
system,
do?
you see, sir, your screen is not visible, sir. It's stuck, sir, rating.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll reshare this screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Now I'm able to see, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is OFM, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So the navigation is that. So from here, so if I go employee self-service, so there
Okay.
I'll have these options. So wherein I can select the absence management. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So under absence management, so basically if I click
Sir, will
absence,
it be in OFM only? Or
yeah,
Java form?
no, this is in OA form.
Okay, sir.
So self-service is nothing but that I can do it by myself. So always the self-service will be in OA forms. So
Okay,
Java
sir.
forms are mostly handled by the HR managers or the HR executive because they are the one who creates everything. For example, if you take the appraisal process, basically it is created by HR executives. So what
Okay,
they
sir.
will do is that they will create the objectives and then they will initiate the workflow to start the approval process for both employee and manager. So those
Okay,
cases will be in Java forms, but this is our, I mean, employee's own record. So this will be in OA form.
okay, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
basically in absence, we will have to create it. Yeah. So this will be our landing page if we click absence management. So wherein we will see our basic information, the name and the employee number. And
Mm-hmm.
after that, if I want to create absence, so I can create it from here. So the one that we created is not available here because we did not create the element. Okay. Because if you see here, so we can see only the vacation allowance. So vacation allowance when we created is that when we saw this leave and the accrual plan. So By then we saw this one called vacation allowance. I mean, we created one. So that is the one that is getting populated here. Okay. So now what we will do is that we will create an leave type, and probably we will give the details there, and we will see where exactly we can take this absence type. Okay. Yeah. So let me reshare the screen. Okay. So I'm just
Sir,
giving
we are using BM responsibility, sir. Bosch only now we are using.
yeah. Oh,
BM charge, sir.
yeah. Notice.
Okay.
Okay, so I will just create one more component to this. So what I will say is that I'll say this is an casual leave. Okay. So the reporting name is not mandatory. So this is just for our internal reference. If I want to have, so I can have that. Similarly, this is similar like description. So this is only for the purpose of reporting. Okay. And then if you see here, so we will have a list of classification so that we can select from here. So if I want to select this as an information, so I can select, or probably if this falls under absence management, so I can select this as an absence. So firstly, what I will do is that I'll create this as an information, and then what I will do is that I'll create this as a separate element. Okay, it did not change the date. Let me change the date. Okay, so we have linked this with the employee. So let me, I mean, I have linked it with the payroll. So let me attach it to the employee as well. Create element set also. It's not appearing. Okay, let me get a copy of this. Probably some of the information that I have given here, it's not matching, I think. So that's why it is not shown in the this one. Okay, it is okay. The organization that I attached was BG, Bosch BG, so that is why it's not reflecting. Okay, let me attach for the other one as well. Yeah, so basically, if you see the other organization, so that is HROC that I have attached, so that's why we are seeing these details there. But whereas this one I have attached with business group, so these details are like one-time setup. So once it is set up, so we will not be able to change these details. So let me try to attach with the HRR, probably it should allow to attach it because the arg is different. So now we should be able to see there. Let's check once. Yeah, now it is appearing. Okay, so if you notice here, so we don't have casting attached to it, or we don't have option to enter the casting. So this is grayed out. So we'll not be able to enter anything basically. So the reason being is that this we did not include under casting because this is only an information. So what are the things that we will consider as an information is that, let's say I have probably I'm intimating to the HR department that I have taken a loan. So it is not that always loan is considered as an financial information. So for few cases, it will be only an information. So based on this information, I'll create an earnings and the deductions. Okay. So similarly, here if you see, so leave is not actually an earnings or the deduction. So this will become earnings or deductions. So when I overlap or when I use my leaves completely. So we have something called leave balance. So let's say this company gives me a leave balance of 12 days. So if I cross this 12 days, probably after that system is this particular company is going to deduct a certain percentage based on the days and the other calculation. So those things we will see it separately. Okay. So even though it has the financial impact, the initial days that we are capturing, so that is only as an information. And also the leave which we are attaching, so this is always on not on the basis of recurring, so it is always non-recurring. So that's why even we created this as a non-recurring with information as an from date and to date. Okay. Yeah. So now that we have taken this, so to add value, so if I go here, enter value, so I'll see from date and to date this thing. So it's not that only I can enter from date and to date value. So if I add the balance sheet, so that is input values, so I can add these many rows. If you see here, so we have these many rows that we can make use of it. So let's say now I wanted to probably give the reason also. So what I will have to do is that I will have to take up the element and I will have to give the another input value. So this particular input value will be reason. So now I have two options that I can generate my reason. So either I can create a table wherein I will populate those reasons and I will just select here from the list of value. And the other option that I have is that I can simply type in those days or whatever the information. So now let's say I'm trying to let's say apply leave for probably let's say I have taken leave on 7th July to probably 8th July. Okay, I think I don't know the format that I gave. Okay. Instead of giving a date format, what I have given is that days. So that's the problem here. So it will accept only one. So let me see if I can change this format. It would have been frozen. If not, probably we'll create a new format. Yeah. So I have given this as an date. So that's the reason it is not allowing. Okay, this is frozen, I think. That's why it's not allowing to change. It says that only a value that is present in this field is day. Because if we click this list of values, we should have some values inside it. But now we are not able to do it. Or if I want to create a new record, so not able to create it. Let me do this one. Let me try to create another leaf. So this would be an probably the medical leaf. I'll create one. Okay, so let me choose here as an date format. Okay, so these are the units that I have. So since I selected and saved and also linked those details, so it was not allowing me to do that. But apart from that, I have these many list of units, predefined units that I can make use of it. So probably if I have any requirement to customize this, we can customize. I mean, we can add it, but we will not have requirement to add basically because days, day, character, and these things. So these things will cover almost all the values. Okay, if at all I want to give this as an money in terms of monetary benefit, so I can enable this as money or number. So widely used is number and date and days. Okay, so I'm selecting here as date. So similar setup. So I'll just link this also with the payroll, and then we will query back the employee and we will attach it there. Okay, so now this will come. I mean, the date selection will come now. So probably I can select the date. Okay. So now, if I want to calculate the days between this, so we have an option to write the first formula. So that will basically calculate the days between these 2 days. So these things we will have as a part of normal seeded functionality if we use the employee self-service, because it is not that always an HR will log in and he or she will basically input the values by adding the elements. So how a system will work if I want to use this leave and the absence management. So employee will raise and request that I want leave from this date to this date. So this will trigger an workflow. So what exactly is workflow? If I want to have a leave, so I should get approval from my manager. So in order to process or get the approval, so we have something called workflow. So for which we will use the AME. So AME is nothing but approval management engine. Okay, so there we will do certain configuration. So after configuration, so this will allow this particular employee to create the leave request, and this leave will be triggered for approval. So once manager approves this leave, so probably this will create a new element in this particular period. So let's say now I'm applying leave for the month of July. So now the month has reached its end, and it now we are on 31st of July. So what will happen is that if I run this particular payroll, what system will do is that it will add this component called medical leave automatically based on the uh, based on the leave that I have applied and it was approved. So if it has rejected and I did not get the leave approved, so probably it is not going to come, or it is not going to get added automatically. But when it get added automatically is that when I have this component attached to it. Okay, so that is when I will need it, because these leave and the other information I need this as a part of payslip. So if you see statement of earnings, so probably I'll check for the other instance. We will see how statement of earnings is looking like. Okay. Or what I'll do is that I'll show from the other application. So the problem is that there are few customization that has happened. So they have changed from OF to this one. So I'll show here. Okay, so this is not the regular format that we will have. So the regular format is that we have something in the OF form, so which will trigger another page, and there we will see. But the details are same. So that is we will have the employee name, and then we will have the employee number, and all those basic information we can see it here. And also we will see the net pay and the payment that employee has received. Okay. So here we can see that payment date and the mode of payment. So this is checked basically. And amount, if you see, the amount paid is 2193. Okay. And apart from that, we will have earnings one side and the deductions one side. Okay. And also we will have the leave and the other things captured as a part of payslip or the statement of earnings. Since this is an custom page, we don't have these things populated here. So probably we will see when we are, let me try for the other instance. If it is there, so probably we will see there. So how that is reflecting there. Because here only on the basis of element creation, we will see the details. So if you see here, so we have what do you call, sick hours and the vacation hours, all those things. So these are basically the leave and other components. It is created as an element. So those elements will reflect here. Okay. So this is not the traditional one which we will use. So we'll see that separately. Yeah. So we were seeing this part. So wherein we saw that we have an option to basically to attach the absence and the other information. Yeah, so these values, whatever we are picking, so this is based on the units, that units are the input parameter that we are giving. Since we have selected this as an date, so we are seeing these options. Okay. So as I said, if I want to capture additional informations also, so I can capture. So if at all I want to capture the so in what case basically I'll enter here is that, so let's say there is an odd case wherein employee is not able to log in into the system. Let's say he met with an accident, so he cannot give the information. So wherein he will pass the information through mobile or through mail or any other communication. So in this case, what will happen is that HR will open the application, and HR will pick this particular employee, and he or she will attach this element, and she will say that leave is from so and so date. It will be probably 1 week or 10 days, whatever the leave it has been allowed. So it will be applicable. And based on these details that I have given, and also the rules that I have defined, so system will check whether this has reached the limit that I have given to this particular employee called a Bosch buyer. So if at all this limit is reached, what system will do is that, so for that we will write the fast formula separately, which we will see when we are saying the absence management. So what will happen is that, so basically system is going to check, and system is going to say that yes, this particular employee leave has been consumed, and now this should be an LOP, loss of pay. So there are certain rules that we will write to calculate those loss of pay value, which means how much amount that I should deduct for this particular employee for 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day. So based on the fast formula that we have written, and it will be attached to the element, so that will start calculating these values for us. Okay. So that is how basically it will work. So now we have attached this particular component. So now we will see where exactly we can see the type that we created. Okay. Okay, I think calculate duration is not working. It should basically
Sir, screen
calculate.
is stuck, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I'll reshare this. 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see now?
Yes, sir. Now I am able to see.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, so this is the place where we can see these balances. So for this, what we will have to do is that we will have to write the fast formula firstly. So in any HR portal, if you see, so there is this thing called number of leaves that I can take. So this is based on the rule that we have written. So let's say for this particular employee, it's 10 days that I can allow. Okay. So now if I say effective date as today, so it is going to calculate for today, I mean till this day for a given year, that is for 2021, and it is going to say that whether I can take leave or I have consumed all those leaves. So this information will be visible here, but since we did not attach that first formula, or probably the balances part that we did not attach, if you see here, so even if I search with this particular date, that is as on date, so I will not see any values. So it will say that no balances have been set up for this display, because it completely depends on the fast formula that we are writing. Because system will not understand how many days that this employee should be granted. Okay, so that's what. So that we will see it. So how we will do it, and also in real time, what will happen is that we will also do certain personalization in this particular form in order to view these balances and the other information. So let me try that. If possible, I'll show that personalization also. I mean, that will be very basic, but still I'll show that so that you can explore the other options as well. Okay. So now we did not configure this approval workflow. So what system will do is that it will approve these absence, I mean the leave request, whatever we are raising. So this is not the standard flow. So what we will do is that, so probably we can, once everyone joins, so probably we can start from tomorrow. So we will see what are the setups that we have in AME. Okay. And also we will see how those setups are done and where we will use that, and how this workflows can be monitored, and how do we understand this absence management. So those details we will see it. Probably we'll try to cover absence management tomorrow. We can have that as an agenda for tomorrow. So we will close that. I mean, we will complete the absence management tomorrow, including the AME setups and the process. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Uh, yeah. So, any question? If you have any question, we can take it up, or probably
Um,
we will connect tomorrow because we don't have participants for today. So we
sir,
can take.
one question, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, while running payroll, sir, in payroll, I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, while running payroll after casting, we give. Today I gave casting detailed report.
Okay.
Why are we giving casting detailed report, sir?
So.
From casting
mm,
we can give. We can go for casting a payment only. No.
No, what will happen is that so casting is nothing but it is nothing but an account code combination that we will be sending to our finance module, that is GL. Okay. So if at all I want to make sure that this record is fine and I don't have any values, because in real time if you see, so definitely we will need this report to be ran before running the transfer to GL. because we cannot just like that run and transfer those entries to GL, because once it is posted in GL, so we cannot do anything about it. Because as in practice in GL, you will have this journal import and post program in schedule mode. So if at all it is in schedule mode, if it has posted it there in the GL module, so we'll not be able to reverse it. So for this purpose, we will have these controls wherein we will check the report whether it is running properly. Because before transferring to GL, if I have noticed that something is wrong in my data, so what I can do is that I can reverse those process whatever I have run. So after reversing it, I can rerun it once I have corrected my records. So how I will identify these details is that using the costing detailed report or the cost payment of detailed report, and we also have the payroll run detailed report. All those informations are there. So even you will see the custom reports that will be created for the payroll process as well. Okay, so that becomes what do you call the regular item to check before transferring the entries to finance module. So that's the reason we have this report.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
Sir, and lookup, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, lookups means list of options. Is it correct, sir?
Yeah, options that we can use in the forms. So there we have multiple things that we have basically. So lookups are not used only in one form. So it is shared. So if you see, so we have option to see it probably in different module we will have. So inside HRMS, if you want to see, we have we can use this either and probably the performance appraisal. So let's say we have performance appraisal. So wherein we have something called competency type. So competency type is nothing but it is kind of an criteria. So based on this, I will analyze this employee whether he has performed well in this year. So how we will use this competency type is that using this lookup. Okay. So similarly, this lookup can be used multiple places. So this is one of the place where we can define and make. I mean, we can use it there when we are running this appraisal process.
Sir, competence. I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So there's the competence flexible.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. Sorry, Madhav, your voice is breaking. Can you repeat again?
Sir, what is competence? Meaning of competence.
Yeah, meaning of competency is that so it basically used as an tool or scale to measure an employee. So we will have certain inputs. So let's say I have an parameter wherein this particular employee under this department called SCM. So let's say he's an SCM consultant. So now, if I want to analyze this particular what do you call the consultant, so I will have certain skills and parameters that I will add. So this competency we can consider this as an one kind of skill that we are using to analyze or to understand this particular employee whether he has performed or he is underperformed or he is in mid range performance. So that is the purpose of having the competency. So competency in simple term is nothing but skill sets that we will use in terms of performance analysis.
Sir, whether competence comes under SSHR.
Competency will not come under SSHR. It will come under performance appraisal management.
Sir, in flex field there are 6 flex fields, sir.
Yeah.
Job and job position grade. This will come under core HR.
Mm.
People
Correct.
and cost allocation will come for payroll purpose.
Correct.
Then competence is what purpose it comes, sir?
That's what
Core
competency.
HR.
No, competency will not come under core HR. So this probably you can take it under payroll processing because you cannot have this under core HR because core HR if you see that is very smaller range. So what is core HR exactly is that if I have the organization, business group, HR org, and my people and maintenance. So these are the core HR activities that we will see. But these are entirely different. So these are completely the different process by itself. So we cannot categorize this under core HR. So core HR is very simple, but this probably if you want to categorize under a wider range, we can say this comes under payroll processing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, anything else, or we can wind up?
No, sir. Nothing else, sir. If I have doubt, I will text you, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.